I'm Brian Christner, and this is The Byte, a bite-sized podcast about containers, cloud, and tech.
Welcome back to The Byte. This is episode number 58, and we are going to talk about Kubestack. Kubestack is the open source Terraform framework for DevOps teams that want to automate their infrastructure. And some of these challenges that we have with infrastructure is a lot of the focus is on the application side of the house. So really deploying applications with like a GitOps principle where it's an automated framework, really focused on using Git and pull requests and doing this. But the infrastructure side of the house is really left out of this automation sequence because, we're looking at still different teams, dev and ops. However, Kubestack is looking to solve this challenge. And it was developed by a colleague of ours, Philip Strube. And Philip Strube is actually, he's based in Berlin. He previously worked for CoreOS and Exoscale. And he had a startup in the past, which he sold off to Exoscale. So he has tons of experience. He's a really, really smart guy. And he knows what he's talking about when he's talking about automation. Currently, he's Director of Technology at Container Solutions, so he's living this pretty much daily with his customers. Now, some of the challenges we're experiencing is cloud native, like I mentioned, is applying software development methodologies to operations, and GitOps frameworks are not aimed at infrastructure. And this is where Kubestack is really bringing GitOps to infrastructure. And how are they doing that? They're actually building a framework, or Philip Strube built a framework which allows you to use this framework, which is built around the inheritance model. So it's really desired configuration set up for apps infrastructure environment. Then ops inherits these configurations from the applications. And at any time, the inherited configuration can be overwritten. So in essence, that means we can test and validate the configuration before it's applied to the applications. And this really reduces a lot of the configuration drift we're seeing between the operations and application stacks. So, and how Kubestack is really solving this challenge is, they developed this framework, and it really describes how you can use GitOps in a infrastructure automation sequence. Additionally, it's really built with some kickstarts and some catalog, which really gets you up and running. On his website, on the Kubestack website, there's actually an up and running video. So it's up and running in 3 minutes, I believe it is. And it shows you, really cloning the repo, deploying it, and up and running in no time. So there are some templates that you can use. There are some best practices. Let me just pull up the Kubestack website. And you can see there's also catalogs, and it contains just a lot of great information. Now, I think there's not only in the documentation will really help you define how you want to automate your infrastructure, but also the framework itself really guides you on how you should do this. And if you look at the website, it's very detailed. There's a lot of documentation. The catalog also includes a lot of application stacks like Elasticsearch Operator, Prometheus Operator, Postgres, etcd. And essentially what you can do with this Kubestack framework is deploy Kubernetes with best practices, with the cloud best practices, and you can have everything with this configuration, so multi-cluster, multi-region, multi-cloud, and it really decouples the applications from the infrastructure, which brings a lot of value to not only your operations team, but your applications teams, because it should increase the velocity of both teams. You're not really relying on each other as much, hopefully, in this scenario. Additionally, it's built for small teams. So it enables small teams to manage these large infrastructures, but it also scales to enterprise, which is quite cool. Additionally, the Kubestack, it's open source, so people can contribute to it. They can add their own thoughts and processes to the existing framework. And I really say, I've read through the entire documentation and I'm really impressed with it. It's something that we should start applying to our projects basically immediately for any automation. And it's going to make your life easier, basically. So, if you look at it, really, the setup of the automation shows you how to get it set up with GitHub. Setting up pipeline credentials, then adding the pipeline, and you're all of a sudden right into the GitOps process. It shows you, okay, how do you do my Terraform plans? How do you do deploys, etc. And our Terraform apply. It walks you through this whole process. It shows you the Git model. So it's using Git flow, and then how GitOps kind of transforms into this process as well for automation of your infrastructure. Give it a try, Kubestack. I'm really impressed with this stack, or I should say framework, because it's really baking in all the best practices and helping us understand how we can work as a team in automating infrastructure, and also enabling the application side of the house to also work closer together with infrastructure and decoupling it at the same time. Give it a try. Let us know your thoughts. I do my own tricks is my Twitter handle. And recently we just got a discount code for anyone interested to get some discounts on books. Let me just pull it up here quickly. And it is where? Of course, I can never find it when I need it, right? And it's here. So if you use the discount code PODBYTE20, and I'll put it in the show notes, you can get 40% off of any Manning books. How about that? So there you go. Just for listening, you get a discount. How cool is that? Be sure to catch us in the next episode, where we're going to talk about home automation from an open source perspective. So we're going to talk about home automation, open source, so running on the Raspberry. That's all for this episode. Have a great day. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Byte. You can find the show notes at thebyte.io and follow me on Twitter at I Do My Own Tricks.